Katikkiro agezaako okunnyonnyola Sultan lukiiko ebiteeso wano ebiteesebwa abakiika ab'enjawulo bajja era nga abamanyi obulungi olukiiko lwa Buganda we lutuula era ne byonna ebirimu okukola ebifaananyi byabo ba Ssekabaka ate era n'ababaddeko abakulemberamu abakubiriza b'olukiiko era abannyonnyola byonna ebikwatagana ku nsonga eyo ey'olukiiko webagenda okuva ate okwambuka waggulu mu cabinet room wateesebwa baminisita ab'Obwakabaka naye nga Sultan ali mu kulambula bamulambuza mpolampola era nga aliwamu ne beene abo bano abamu ku awo batuuse awo watuula omukubiriza w'olukiiko era nga mpolampola ate Katikkiro wa Buganda agenda kubanga amuleeta mu kifo kino wennyini bano abalala we bali mu cabinet room era tulaba minisita wekitiibwa Twakawas Dr. ate era ne minisita w'ebyensimbi awo kuno kuliko omukubiriza w'olukiiko ate ne delegation endala nayo weeri ku ssaawa eno kati bali mu lukuubo oluli lwennyini okuva ku madaala okuyita ku ofisi ya Katikkiro ate okutuukira ddala wano mu cabinet room mu Bwakabaka bwa Buganda bagenda okusinkanira ate abagenyi ba Ssaabasajja nga basibula oba bali ku ssaawa ezisembayo ku lukyala lwabwe olw'enjawulo nga Ssaabasajja yabayise okujja okwetaba ku matikira ge ag'omulundi ogw'26 oba okubaga kuteesa nizo okuyita okuteesa emboozi yakafubo mu Ssaabasajja gyabaddemu ne Sultan ng'ewedde era Katikkiro abalambuzizza munda mu Bulange ofisi ez'enjawulo ate era n'atulako mu lukiiko ku ssaawa eno ate baaniriza Ssaabasajja wamu ne Sultan wano wennyini mu cabinet room era okwogera okw'enjawulo okuva kutandika nga Katikkiro wa Buganda ajja kwanjulira Ssaabasajja enteekateeka eriwo baminisita baliwo bajja kuba babanjula ate era mu ngeri emu ne delegation nayo ejja kuba eweebwa omukisa okubaako kyeyogera mu nteekateeka eyo. Ensonga eri ani gyayagala ennyo ey'entaba Luganda ate era n'okunywa olwendo lw'amazzi nayo ejja kubanga ekolebwa. Kamutwale ate tuwulire ebigambo nga Katikkiro ayanjula ensonga mu cabinet room.
May I ask all of you who are gathered here to welcome Ssaabasajja Kabaka and his special guest and his delegation. I'm very privileged and honored to welcome His Eminence the Sultan and members of your delegation to Bulange on behalf of Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Bulange is the name given to the place where the kingdom administrators and parliament convene to manage affairs of the kingdom on behalf of the Kabaka. This building itself is 65 years old. It was opened by the Kabaka's father, Ssekabaka Edward Mutesa II, in 1955, soon after he returned from exile. In 1953, the British attempted to form the East African Federation, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanganyika then, which is now Tanzania, without consulting the kingdom. Yet, under the Protectorate Agreement of 1900, such a monumental decision had to be referred to the Luchiko, the parliament. But the British governor wanted the Kabaka to concede to their demands, which he refused. They told him he would be exiled, and he said, so be it. He was only 29, but he chose exile instead of betraying his people. In Buganda, the Kabaka is the cultural, administrative, and political head of the kingdom. The Kabaka's duty of running the kingdom is delegated to the Katikkiro, and the Katikkiro is speaking to you now. The Katikiro leads a council of ministers. Some of them are here. May you please rise. Which overall works under the guidance and policies it sets with the approval of the Kabaka. The next layer of administration is comprised by county chiefs. We have 18 of them. The county chief of Busiro, where the coronation anniversary took place, was introduced to His Eminence the Sultan. And the other county chiefs actually were introduced. Under the county chiefs are the sub-county chiefs. They are 174. Then under them we have the parish chiefs and the village chiefs. That system is about 800 years old. Periodically, the Kabaka appoints the Buganda Luchiko, or Parliament, is made up of representatives from counties and other interest groups like the youth, women, professional bodies, and Kabaka's special nominees. The Luchiko is opened by the Kabaka once every year, and it handles matters that the Kabaka lays out in the Kabaka's speech on the Luchiko's opening day. The Luchiko is presided over by a speaker. He's here. May you please rise, Mr. Speaker, sir. Originally, the Luchiko was presided over by the Kabaka or the Katikiro up to the time of the colonial period, when the British introduced something akin to the British parliamentary system. That's where the office of Speaker was created, actually in 1955. It's fairly young compared to the institution of the Luchiko, which is as old as the kingdom. We have a council of clan leaders, which is actually the Kabaka's forum, since the Kabaka is the head of clan heads. May the clan heads present rise. Periodically, the Kabaka appoints one clan head to be the clan heads council convener. Omutaka Kaira is, at the moment, the convener of the clan heads council. The clan heads council superintends our value systems, culture, and heritage. As you may be aware, the kingdom was abolished in 1967, but was restored in 1993 after a long and protracted process. The Constitution provides for the existence of the monarchy, and the legal personality of the kingdom is embedded in the Kabaka, who the Constitution refers to as a corporation soul. The Kabaka's government handles matters of health, education, culture, lands, agriculture, and public interest issues like gender, sports, youth, and many others, but within the confines of the law, because the Constitution prohibits us from participating in politics. The Kabaka's government also makes investments in land, real estate, media houses, telecommunications, education institutions, and many more. We also enter into partnerships with the corporate world and NGOs. But we also receive considerable voluntary contributions from the subjects of the king and friends of Buganda. We continue to engage with the government, the central government, so that we can have a federal system of government. We believe federalism will cement the unity of Ugandans and bring about development throughout the different regions of Uganda. We placed a little booklet in front of you which gives a brief history of the Kingdom of Buganda. In your free time, you will be able to understand how we came into being and how we run the kingdom. And these are booklets which give a glimpse of some of the work that we do. This is about the Nabagereka's role in the kingdom. The Nabagereka is the consort of the king. All this is about what she and her office does. These copies are for His Eminence the Sultan. Ssaabasajja Kabaka, we have small gifts for the delegation that came with His Eminence the Sultan. And we have a gift for Al-Haji Aliyu Atahiru Galadanch, the Gladima of Sokoto. We have a gift for His Highness Samaila Muhammad Mera, the Emir of Argugu. We have a gift for His Highness Chari Umar El Kanemi, the Shehu of Bama. We have a gift for His Highness Suleiman Abubakar Umar, the Mai Bade. We have a gift for His Highness Luka Panya Baba, the Esukaru. We have a gift for His Highness Shehu Usman Yamusa II, the Emir of Kefi. We have a gift for His Highness Marafa Boubacar, the Emir of Niger. We also have a gift for the Reverend Samson Bekele Demisi from the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We also have a gift for Hajjat Dr. Mandara Mairo Usman, Director of Child Rights Concern, Sultan Foundation. And a gift for Haji Inua Amin Muhammad, Director of Programs, Sultan Foundation. We shall pass them over before you leave the building. Your Eminence, in our culture, when a visitor enters your house, you're supposed to give him a drink of water. And you must also give him coffee berries, which are brotherhood binders. We don't know how old this practice is, probably as old as the kingdom itself. And it pleased His Majesty that you partake of a drink of water as it has been done by our forefathers for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. May I request you, Your Majesty, to lead His Eminence the Sultan to the gourd where the water is stored. As Sabasajja and the Emir and the Sultan eat the coffee berries, the other guests will have a drink of water. Please. Oweekitiibwa Kiyimba abagenyi batwale banywe amazzi. Bayinza okujja nako olwendo mu lubawe bajje nalwo bakomewo. Oweekitiibwa Kiyimba. After the Sultan and members of his delegation have taken a drink and eaten the Brotherhood binders, may I ask His Highness the Emir of Angungu, by the time you depart, I'll have learned to pronounce it properly before they depart. May I ask the Emir to say a few words.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. His Royal Majesty the Kabaka of Uganda, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, the Katikiro, Deputy Katikiros, the Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all of us in this hall, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I have in our first meeting briefly described to you what the structure of traditional leadership in northern Nigeria is. But for the benefit of those who were there at the opening ceremony, I would want to very briefly describe to you what the structure of traditional leadership in northern Nigeria is. And like I mentioned on that day, it is very, very similar to what you have here in Buganda Kingdom. The traditional leadership of northern Nigeria is headed by His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto. We have a population of close to 120 to 130 million in the north. He is also the supreme leader of over 100 million Nigerian Muslims. We have immediately after His Eminence the Sultan in our structure about 250 first-class emirs. And like you, the system has existed over 1,000 years before the British came. Under the emirs, we have over 25,000 district heads who work closely with over 300,000 village heads. In our setup, every village, every hamlet, wherever you have 3 people or 3 heads, you have a head, and we call him by many names, depending on the side or on the size of the community heads. In some places it's called Meangua, in some places it's called Megari, in some places it's called Meshia. In English, they are all referred to as ward head. So we have a structure, a straight line structure with 5 branches, all headed by His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto. Our spread covers everywhere. In big cities we have ward heads before you have the king. Most likely also villages within the big cities of northern Nigeria. Like in Uganda, we're also affected by the colonial rules, which are affected, which was the first actual point of contact between our forefathers and the British, which resulted in, like here in Uganda, the resignation of a number of traditional leaders in protest to the British rule. But the rule has endured. The British, finding a system that is almost perfect in northern Nigeria, decided to adopt it and rule behind the scene in a system they called the indirect rule. And in the indirect rule system, the emir or chief or the sultan continues to enjoy all the paraphernalia of his office and most of the rights he used to have. The only difference is there's oversight by the British behind the scene. Much later, when Nigeria gained independence, again, like it happened in Uganda, the reforms that took away most of the powers, the executive powers of traditional leaders, happened. And the emirs who hitherto had control over the courts were responsible for education and health and defense, lost it all through local government chairmen and secretaries. But even with that, the traditional institution continued to be very, very relevant. And like I said on that day, every rule we had, every system of government we had in Nigeria since independence had tried to draw its legitimacy from the contact and endorsement of the traditional institution. Our relationship with our political leaders has been good and bad, depending on who is on top, who is in power. But to our people, we remain to be the most relevant point of call for anything. And for that reason, His Eminence has put together a number of agencies, a number of committees and NGOs, one of which I head. And the work we do in Sultan Foundation for Peace and Development deals with promoting education of our citizens, especially girls, promotion of healthcare delivery in our villages and towns, and of course, tolerance between followers of different religions. We have contacts and partnerships from within and outside Nigeria. We have achieved quite a lot in the very short time that His Eminence has put together the foundation. It came to be in 2015 after a visit to Abu Dhabi, where we met with Sheikh Abdullah bin Bayya, who happens to be the grandfather or convener of the emirs of the UAE. He had a lot in trust to help promote peace between religions of the world. And we were the first committee he had contact with. And since then, a lot has been achieved. I've been reminded of time, so I'll stop at this juncture, but I wanted that a written speech just to say how thankful we are of the opportunity and to say a few about what we have seen. So my speech, I said that all thanks and praise are due to Allah, our creator and creator of the universe, for granting our leaders, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto and His Royal Majesty, the Kabaka of Uganda, the wisdom to conceive the African Conference of Keeping Girls in School, which was declared open by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, and was attended by over 22 African countries. The conference, which lasted for 3 days, had in attendance religious leaders, cultural leaders, and youth from all the corners of the continent of Africa. The youth had their own day and were strong partners. We were a strong part of the breakout working groups that analyzed reasons why girls are out of school in many African countries and recommended practical actions to be taken by leaders at every level to address the issue. Before the breakout sessions, presentations were taken from many distinguished personalities that attended the conference, including the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations. However, one presentation stood out, not because of stood out because of its practical contents and attachment to the African traditions and culture. It was a presentation of His Majesty, the Kabaka of Uganda, delivered that day by the Uganda Minister of Education. Minister of Education and Culture, Dr. Nkendu Prosperous Kavuma, titled Indigenous African Approaches on Keeping Girls in School, Experience from the Field. After listening to Dr. Kavuma, it became the general view of most of us seated in the hall that we must visit Uganda to learn more on the giant strides being taken, not only to educate the girl child, but also to revive and inculcate in the youth the rich cultural heritage of the kingdom for all its benefits in the building of a prosperous, humane, and enduring society. I consulted His Eminence on these views in the evening of the final day of the conference. He gave his approval on the spot and sourced a potential sponsor for the trip at the same time. We are very grateful to our two leaders for the opportunity to represent Africa on this very important and educational trip. I know I speak the minds of everyone here in this group that when I say we are glad we came and we've learned a lot. Since our arrival in Uganda about 5 days ago, many people have not rested all in the effort to make our stay comfortable, memorable, and above all, meaningful. We are grateful to Her Majesty the Queen for sharing her experiences and details of her good works with us on our first outing. In this tour. We thank and commend all presenters and speakers that gave us an overview of the wonderful efforts His Majesty is making in the fields of education, health, housing, agriculture, cultural revival, poverty alleviation, skills acquisition, and much more. We appreciate and commend the Katikiro, the Deputy Katikiros, the Speaker, members of the House of Representatives, and honorable ministers for their wonderful energy and passion for the King and the Kingdom. We are grateful to all officials that conducted us round, the protocol officers, the security officers, the management and staff of Hotel Africana for their understanding of patients. We are also very grateful to clan leaders for sharing and educating us on the wonderful history of this great kingdom and granting us access to sacred ancestral assets and grounds. At the Kyoto or fireplace discussions, we were reminded of our own upbringing and how our society today has degenerated because of the neglect of our traditions and cultural heritage. We listened to testimonies of young girls that benefited from scholarships from Kabaka Educational Fund at Lubery High School and were driven to tears by the humility, appreciation, and passion for the King and Kingdom expressed by the children. We are very grateful for the overall experience and lessons we have learned in these few days, and commence work immediately in consultation with the relevant officials of the Kingdom to share experience and produce next steps for replication of your ideas in our emirates and parishes and other countries that are not represented here. We are convinced after this tour that the future of Africa lies not only in educating our children, but also through revival of our rich African cultural heritage as practiced in Buganda land. We congratulate His Royal Majesty the Kabaka again on his 26th coronation anniversary and thank him for giving us the opportunity to experience Uganda culture in the front seat. We congratulate you for all your time. We thank all of you for your patience. It is also our tradition when we visit or are visited to show appreciation, in this case for the reception, for the kindness and warmness and everything that is good that we received from His Royal Majesty and all of you here. And we have brought along a little gift, which is just a show of our appreciation. One to His Royal Majesty, to the Queen Mother, and also to the Queen of the Kingdom. We have also brought for the Katikiro. We've also brought for the minister, for the Speaker of the House, some of the ministers seated here, and a lot of you that have wonderfully received us and cared for us over the period of our stay here. We thank you very much, and we'll hand over the gifts to the protocol for own distribution. To save time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence, Your Highness, the Emir of Gungu. His Majesty has a gift for His Eminence, and please bring it forward. And His Majesty is going to present it to him now. Now we are going to proceed to the main entrance to this building for the anthems and farewell dances. And then from here we shall proceed to Chivuli Mosque. But we start with the residence of the Prince at Chivuli. Thank you very much, Your Eminence. We look forward to seeing you soon. Tweyanza nnyo Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Abalala musigalewo abakulu bamala okufuluma. Munga muyimiridde, nedda nga bayimiridde.
Omulabi wa BBS Telefine yaffe y'Obwakabaka bwa Buganda, abagenyi ba Ssaabasajja baabo bafuluma okuva mu cabinet room ate era nga bagenda wali ku mulyango gwennyini ogw'ekizimbe Bulange, awo nno we bagenda okubanga enteekateeka y'okuyimba ennyimba era ekitiibwa kya Buganda wamu n'oluyimba olwa ggwanga erya Nigeria nga ziyimbibwa ate okusiibula abagenyi era ne mu nteekateeka ey'okubayimbiramu ennyimba ezo n'amazina ag'ekinnansi agabasiibula bagende butereevu wali ekibuli ku muzikiti naye nga bagenda kusooka tugendako mu maka ga Prince Kasimu na Kibinge jjajja w'Obuyisiraamu, awo nno we bagenda ate okuva okugenda okwegatta ku Juma olunaku olwali kusala Juma, olunaku olwaleero essaawa zijja kubeera mu 7 awo banaava ate basibule okudda butereevu Nigeria. Obugenyi bamazeeko week delegation emazeewo week namba ate naye Sultan naye amazeewo ennaku 3 ng'ali ku bugenyi wano obwa Ssaabasajja obutongole bwe bamuyita okwegatta ku mukolo omutongole ogw'amatikira ge ogw'omulundi ogwa 26. Ani balina tabi mu kwogera okubadde mu cabinet room.
Katikkiro annyonnyodde abagenyi ba Beene ebyafaayo ebimu ku byafaayo bya Buganda n'annyonnyola